Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Third Eye Media. So yesterday we were not able to upload the current affairs session due to personal reasons. So we are going to continue today. So the first topic was priest can give CAA eligibility certificate, says government helpline. We all know that recently government has taken a decision to enforce CAA rules of 2019. So according to which 6 community people will be getting Indian citizenship. So to identify this particular religion, priests can give this particular certificate of the priest can actually give this community certificate. So let's get into the article. It is mandatory certificate to be submitted along with other documents by the applicants. Local priest may issue an eligibility certificate under the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 to validate the religion of an applicant. According to response received by the Hindu through the Union Home Ministry's helpline on CAA. On March 11th, the ministry notified the Citizenship Amendment Rules 2024 enabling the implementation of CAA. On March 21st, it launched the helpline number of 1032. That is nothing but your helpline number is 1032 for assistance and information on the CAA, so that applicants can make free call from anywhere in India from 8 am to 8 pm. The form says that the person issuing the certificate will have to specify their name and confirm that the applicant belongs to one of the 6 communities from Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan and are known to them. They must certify that to be the best of my knowledge. They must certify that to be to the best of my knowledge and belief he or she belongs to Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist or Jain or Parsi or Christian community and continues to be a member of the above mentioned community. Next is India strongly objects to US comments on arrest of Delhi CM. We encourage a fair, transparent and timely legal process for Kejriwal. So it was given, this statement was given by US State Department. So to reply to this particular statement, Ministry of External Affairs has said, in diplomacy, states are expected to be respectful of the sovereignty and internal affairs of others, that is nothing but other countries. So clearly, US is not having any role to involve in states' internal matters. Next, Bureau de France inaugurated. Bureau de France, the branch office of Consulate General of France in Bengaluru, was inaugurated at T-Hub, Raidurg here on Wednesday. The center will work on enhancing economic outreach as a bridge in investment and business relations with Telangana. The office, however, will not issue any visas. The visa section services will continue through its Consulate General of France in Bengaluru, Pondicherry, Mumbai and Kolkata. According to Ambassador of France to India, Thierry Mathau, the decision to choose Hyderabad as a branch office was significant and strategic for the growing interest in Telangana, especially the French investment in aerospace, defense, transport, agri-food and pharmaceutical industries among others in the recent years. Next, let's get into a small historical aspect of Hyderabad. So the article is all about the Telangana High Court previous history, how it actually started or how it actually. So let's get into the historical aspects. The foundation stone for a new High Court building of Telangana in Rangareddy district marks a milestone in the evolution of the judicial system in Hyderabad. Unlike the High Courts of Bombay, Chennai and Calcutta, the High Court in Hyderabad was shaped by the Asaf Jahi rulers. The earliest court in Hyderabad was the Dar-ul-Khaza Balda during the time of Maharaja Chandulal. One of the places where justice was administered was called Adalat-e Chini Khana at Diwan Diodi, where matters under 1000 were decided. The Chini Khana was one of the rooms in the palace of the Salarjung that was decorated with chinaware. It was during the time when Salarjung was the prime minister that the separation of civil and criminal jurisdiction was made. The Mahakama e Sadar Murafa. The Mahakama e Sadar Murafa was established with jurisdiction over Kul Malik e Maharusa, Sarkari Ali, the whole of HEH, the Nizam's dominions. Mahakama is the place where justice is administered. In 1972, the Mahakama e Murafa e Azla, or a court of appeals, was set up that took care of civil and criminal cases from the metropolitan courts and also from the district. Then it was the Majlis Alia Adalat that consisted of Chief Justice and 4 Associate Justices. The current Telangana High Court has a sanctioned strength of 42 judges. So, very clear, the very important fact, the current Telangana High Court has a sanctioned strength of 42 judges. People living in what is now Sultan Bazar area, Secunderabad and other places had a judicial system where the resident had judicial powers. The court has been consistently on the move from the time it was set up by Salar Jung. During the plague of 1912, it functioned from the public gardens. Then it was moved to the Lakkad lot, the wooden palace of Salar Jung on the banks of river Musi. Once the new building was completed on April 20, 1919, the court got a permanent place, but it is going to move again. So, that is all about this news. So, I hope you are very clear. So, let us get into the next article. Bail condition limiting political involvement violates rights, says Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said that judges should not order accused persons to surrender their right to politically active in return for a bail. Recently, a case came to them that is claiming that they have released a person on some bail conditions, claiming that the person should not participate in any political activity, that is, he cannot vote or neither he can contest. So, Supreme Court has quashed this particular judgment and said that he cannot surrender his political liberty, that is under Article 21. Next, government notifies revised wages under the MGNREGS, that is nothing but Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. The Union government on Wednesday notified the revised wages under the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, with states reporting a hike in wages by 8 to 10%. The revised rates will be applicable from April 1st. The Union Rural Development Ministry had to seek permission from the Election Commission to issue the notification. There are a total of 14.34 crore active workers. So, recently we have also heard another news that it is going there as soon as the elections are done, they are going to extend this particular scheme to urban areas too. Next, Somali pirates used an Iranian fishing vessel to hijack MV Rion. It's all about the pirate issue which happened recently, where Indian Navy was getting involved and saved that crew members. So, Al-Ashkhan, which had 24 Pakistani crew members, was hijacked on November 29 off the coast of Yemen. It would go on to be the mothership used by pirates to hijack a Malta-flagged merchant vessel that was finally intercepted by the Indian Navy. So, basically for this, the Somali pirates made use of this Iranian vessel, which actually consisted of 24 Pakistani crew members, and it was got hijacked on November 21. The same vessel was used to hijack MV Rion now. Next, India achieves 16% decline in new TB cases since 2015. Tuberculosis cases. So, recently we have heard a lot of news articles with respect to TB. India's effort to ensure early tuberculosis detection and treatment initiation, along with a host of community engagement efforts, has resulted in a decline of 16% in incidence, 16% in incidence, new TB cases emerging each year, and 18-year reduction in mortality since 2015. Incidence is nothing but new TB cases emerging each year. The incidence rate, that is nothing but emerging cases rate in India, had fallen from 237 per lakh population in 2015 to 199 per lakh population in 2022, while the mortality rate had declined from 28 per lakh population in 2015 to 23 per lakh population in 2022. Actually, it's a good news. According to the India TB report 2024 released by Union Health Ministry on Wednesday, stating that the country has set 2025 as a target for eliminating the disease. The center added that after the COVID-19 pandemic, the National Tuberculosis Elimination Program embarked on a journey towards accelerating TB elimination, guided by the National Strategic Plan 2017-25. The NTEP, that is nothing but your National Tuberculosis Elimination Program, continued providing free diagnostic services, conducting approximately 1.89 crore sputum-mear tests, noted the report. Next, drop in FDI mirrors global trend. FDI nothing but foreign direct investment, nothing but the amount or the investments which are coming from the foreign companies or foreign institutions, nothing into India is nothing but the inflow of money from foreign companies or foreign countries, nothing but your FDI. Net FDI inflow into India dropped. So, they are telling that it is dropped 31% during the first 10 months of 2023 to 24. The Finance Ministry, however, argues that gross FDI dipped just slightly from $61.7 billion to $595.5 billion, and that the decline in the net FDI was only due to repatriation of funds. FDI inflows, which had dropped almost 31% to 25.5 billion over the first 10 months of 2024, was in line with the slowdown in such investments to developing countries. The Finance Ministry has said, holding out hope for an uptick in investments in this calendar year. 2023 flows to developing countries fell by 9% despite drop in FDI inflows. India saw a stable number of new project announcements, modest rise in global flows likely in 2024 thanks to a dip in inflation, borrowing costs, citing an UNCTAD report. The ministry said that despite the drop in FDI inflows, the country witnessed a stable number of new project announcements, keeping it in the top 5 destinations for global greenfield projects. So, it is very clearly that even though FDI is getting dipped, means FDI is going to decrease, is dropping, new project announcements have made a drastic increase. The Netherlands, Singapore, Japan, the USA and the Mauritius account for about 70% of the total FEI equity inflows into India, the ministry added. Next, RBI modifies norms for lenders having exposure to AIFs. The Reserve Bank of India has modified norms for regulated entities concerning their investments in alternative investment funds. As per the fresh directive, REs, that is regulated entities, need to only set aside provisions to the extent their investment in an AIF, that is nothing but your alternative investment funds scheme, is further invested by the AIFs in a debtors company and not the entire investment in the AIF scheme. So, the company can actually invest a particular part in this AIF scheme, but not the entire part of it in the AIF scheme. Investments by the REs, that is regulated entities, in alternative investment funds through intermediaries such as fund of funds or mutual funds are not included in the scope of the curriculum. The RBI had in December prevented regulated entities from making investments in AIFs having downstream investments either directly or indirectly in any debtors company of RES. This was to stop the evergreening of loans. Next, RBI's MPC, that is something but Monetary Policy Committee. Basically, we have two types of measures to deal with economic fundamentals or economy in the country, or to deal with the macroeconomics, that is either fiscal measures or monetary measures. So, monetary measures are basically taken up by RBI. So, like CRR, SLR, all those things come under your open market operations, OMO, all this comes under your monetary measures, which are actually taken up by a committee which is called as Monetary Policy Committee. And similarly, we have something called as physical measures. Physical measures are basically taken up by government. There is something called as central government. It is responsible to take physical measures. So, now let us understand what is this. The Reserve Bank of India on Wednesday released the Monetary Policy Committee meeting calendar for the financial year 2024-25. That is nothing but a schedule when they are going to meet, with the first policy review of the new fiscal set for April 3 to 5. Next, international news: China to develop Sri Lanka's deep sea port and airport. So, remember one thing: whenever there is an important development in our neighbor countries, in our neighboring countries, or the countries in which we have a major stake, or it's of utmost importance to our particular diplomacy, then definitely go through that particular country's relations. Means how much bilateral trade we are having with that particular country, and among which groupings are we partners with them, and what sort of free trade agreements we have with them, and what sort of export and import takes place between them and us, and as well as is that country supporting us in any way, any sort of manner, like in defense or in any naval ships, or providing us with any funds. All those things are very important in perspective of that. And even now China, when it comes to China, yes, China is our rival, so definitely we need to understand that what China is going to plan in other countries. So, Prime Minister Dinesh Gunwardane holds talks with his Chinese counterpart. Sri Lanka's Prime Minister said on Wednesday that China has pledged to develop the island nation's strategic deep sea port and the capital's airport after talks with his counterpart in Beijing. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardene said China, the island's biggest bilateral creditor, would assist Sri Lanka's restructuring of external debt, a key condition to maintaining a $2.9 billion IMF bailout. So basically, Sri Lanka is having an external debt. So China has promised that it is going to formalize a plan to actually get out of this particular debt. Mr. Gunawardene said Beijing had offered assistance to develop Colombo International Airport and Hambantota Port, the statement added without giving further details. India and the US are both concerned that a Chinese foothold at Hambantota on the island's southern coast would boost its naval advantage in the Indian Ocean. So obviously it is worrying India and US. So let's see what further changes might occur and what are the further developments are going to happen in Sri Lanka. Next, let's wait for that. Next, Palestine's denied of homeland. India talks to Russia bluntly, Jaishankar. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar on Wednesday said that a response to the conflict in Gaza has to acknowledge the fact that the Palestinian people were denied the right to their homeland. Mr. Jaishankar, who is on a visit to Malaysia, said that the challenge of foreign policy framing is to get the balance right. He referred to the conflicts in Gaza and Ukraine and said Indian interlocutors were used to pass messages. So basically, we as Indians, India is acting as a intermediary between these countries and trying to get them on a table where peace negotiations can take place. India releases second tranche of 500 rupees. India releases second tranche of 500 crore for Bhutan infrastructure work. India has released the second tranche of 500 crore to Bhutan for the development of infrastructure related to the Gyaltsang project. In the recent thing also we saw that India is actually trying to help them. India has also promised that it is going to increase its investment to 10,000 crore, right? 10,000 crore. So, and it also promised that it is going to help in building mindfulness city in Gelfu in Bhutan. The first tranche of 500 crore was released. So as per that initiative, India has already released a tranche of 500 crore to the Bhutan on January 28 earlier this year itself. So that's all. So I hope you guys are enjoying. So we might be delaying some videos. We might have due to some personal issues, we might not be able to upload some videos on time, but still try to follow these videos as much as possible, so it will definitely help you in any sort of manner. So there are many news articles. So basically we can actually prepare our competitive exam completely from the newspaper itself. So whatever articles I am discussing related to it, there will be definitely some theoretical concepts in economy, geography, history, polity. So please go and refer to it on that particular day so that your revision will also be done. So I hope you guys are enjoying. So please don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel. So keep watching. Thank you.